Chimpanzees are our closest living relatives, or so you've probably been told. And it makes sense. They share lots of characteristics with us humans. They have hands and feet that are much like ours. They use tools in the wild. Think of language capabilities similar to those of a 2-year-old human child. But are they really our closest relatives? Well, yes and no. And it all has to do with what you mean by relative. If you're talking about which species alive today is most closely related to us, then it is indeed the chimpanzee, the common chimpanzee and the bonobo, which is basically a chimp that lives in a different part of Africa, are each about 98.8% genetically similar to us humans. However, if you were to ask which great ape species is most closely related to us, the answer would be the gorilla. It might surprise you to learn that we are more closely related to gorillas than to chimps. It's true. In 2012, genetic testing revealed that the two species diverged from one another somewhere between 10 and 9 million years ago. That makes them our second cousins once removed, so to speak, while chimps and bonobos are our first cousins once removed. So why did we diverge from one another so long ago, but chimps and bonobos split off more recently? We don't know for sure. But scientists think it might have something to do with the emergence of human bipedalism, or walking on 2 legs. See, the earliest fossils we've discovered of any great apes, including the ancestors of modern chimps and gorillas, date back to somewhere between 7 and 8 million years ago, and they were found in Africa. At that time, the supercontinent of Africa and Eurasia had just split apart, separating the ancestral population of great apes into 2 distinct groups, one in Africa and one in Eurasia. These ancestral great apes were likely quadrupedal, meaning they walked on all 4s. It was only later that some of the African populations started to walk upright on 2 legs. But exactly why and how this transition happened still isn't fully understood. However, scientists are pretty sure it didn't happen gradually through natural selection, but instead in a sudden dramatic way through a genetic mutation. And it may have been a rare genetic mutation that affected many genes at once, rather than just a single gene. In fact, research suggests that the emergence of bipedalism may have been caused by the action of a so-called selfish gene that benefits one individual at the expense of others. This would explain why such a drastic change occurred so suddenly. Bipedalism may also have been a key factor in the evolution of our larger brains. After all, having an upright posture frees up our hands to do other things, like, say, holding and using a tool or, giving a thumbs up to your favorite videos. But whichever came first, big brain or bipedalism, both traits set us apart from all the other great apes and brought us closer to where we are today. And hey, we couldn't have gotten here without you. Thanks for watching this C-Show video. Did you know that there's a 7-day free trial? With it, you can watch all kinds of amazing documentaries like Inside the Mind of a Con Artist. You'll get to see real security footage of the infamous Ponzi scheme, the largest in history. Or you could watch the documentary Return of the Buffalo. It's the story of how one man brought an almost extinct species back from the brink. And it's all included in a free 7-day trial.